you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, following the Castro playbook, Evo Morales has taken systematic steps to curtail the basic rights of the people of Bolivia and solidify his legacy to maintain his evil grip on power. Evo Morales has ruled Bolivia for over 12 years, and he expects to do so indefinitely. 2 years ago, he imposed a constitutional referendum to eliminate presidential term limits so that he could run for yet another term, his fourth term, in 2019. After a resounding no vote from the people of Bolivia, this thug turned to the courts, which he totally controls, to stomp on the will of the people. The courts sided with him. What a surprise. And went as far as declaring that Morales' indefinite re-election is a human right. What an insult that is to the Bolivian people and to all of us who cherish true democratic ideals. Just like Castro, Evo Morales also continues to clamp down on the opposition, sending his national police to deploy repressive tactics and silence dissent brutally. Just last month, his henchmen killed a young student from public university in the city of El Alto, where students peacefully were protesting, calling for additional resources for their college. The latest State Department of Human Rights report states that Morales' power over the judicial system, the denial of fair and timely public trials, and prosecution of political opponents are at the top of his human rights abuses, his greatest hits. It's no wonder that over 1,200 Bolivian political exiles are now living in Brazil, in Peru, in Paraguay, in Spain, and here in our wonderful country, the United States, including in my lovely South Florida community. Mr. Speaker, Evo Morales' anti-imperialist rhetoric, expelling all of our U.S. agencies, DEA, USAID, and the U.S. ambassador to Bolivia, and his coziness with rogue regimes, well, they're just further proof of the threat that his regime poses for the stability and security of our allies in the hemisphere and beyond. Using Bolivia's status as a non-permanent member at the United Nations Security Council, Morales has sided with Syria and its abysmal human rights record, undermined our ally, the Democratic State of Israel, and consistently attacked the United States and our efforts to uphold and promote the values of freedom of democracy in the region and around the world. Simply put, Morales is no friend of democratic values, and just like the dictatorships in Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua, his regime has solidified control at the expense of the people and our own national security interests. The Bolivian people need our help, Mr. Speaker, and we must start paying attention to what is happening right here in our own hemisphere.